Welcome to our last show of the year.
It's been a year like no other, but we've made it.
Almost.
True, but there's just a couple weeks left and seniors will be done even sooner.
Because of that, we are actually doing something a little different for this show. All of our in-person seniors will be taking a hand in anchoring the show.
And we'll start with some of our AVHS seniors are planning to do next year.
Here's our story on senior plans.
So after high school, I'll be going to the U of M Twin Cities and have a degree in construction management.
I'm going to the University of Missouri, or Mizzou. I'm going to be studying nutrition and exercise physiology and hoping to go into dietetics.
I will be attending Nebraska Wesleyan University for wrestling. I'll be majoring in physical education.
I'm going to go to the University of Nebraska-Lincoln to major in actuarial science.
So after high school, I'm gonna go to Normandale and I'm gonna study for a business major.
I am joining the United States Marine Corps.
So I'm going to Hennepin Technical College right after high school, and I'm going for a 2-year in HVACR so I can become a certified technician.
I'm going to Liberty University in Virginia. I'll be playing lacrosse and majoring in sports management.
One piece of advice that I have for underclassmen is to not be afraid to talk to new people and make new friends.
Definitely use a planner, because with a planner I've been able to organize my life and the chaos it's brought me.
Get good grades and take your freshman year really seriously.
Stay on task, don't get behind.
Work hard and just enjoy yourself. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Get involved in extracurricular activities.
Ask questions when you need them because they will really help you in the future.
It's just like, have fun with it. Like, high school's not that serious. It's just getting from point A to point B.
Leadership is important, but sometimes central leadership doesn't make sense.
Sometimes the people have to step up and take action and make their collective voices heard.
Recently at AVHS and many other schools across the country, students stepped up and made a statement.
They did this in the form of a walkout for justice.
It's actually kind of funny. We started organizing it a week before we actually did the walkout. It was the day that we came back to school after, I believe, a small break, and a lot of the other schools had already done a walkout, and we felt bad because we weren't prepared to do that yet. And so we put it together in a week and got as much done as we could in that week to do it that following week. The overall goal was just kind of to show people that the community still exists.
One of our major goals was to help people of color feel seen, because sometimes as a black person you don't necessarily feel seen in society. You feel as though like you're just in the background, like you're just a hashtag just like placed on there.
The walkout needed to happen because I feel like the students really needed to be able to express themselves, and we didn't want to be the school that didn't give students the opportunity to vocalize their opinions on this issue.
The goal was for me, it was to start communication. That as freshmen and sophomores come in and not understanding like what's going on in school, it's something so they can get used to going out your comfort zone, having these difficult conversations.
It ties into the larger movement because it starts small. It has to start small. Individuals have to get invested in this. If there is just like random spurts and groups of people, it's not going to work. You need individual people in their heart to feel that this is going to be something that makes a difference.
If you don't take action yourself, no one else will. People are waiting for someone else to do it. Why not you be the one to take the action and not be the follower, be the leader?
We want to put it aside, and we want to be united as students and faculty of Apple Valley.
Reporting for EaglEye, I'm Ella Russell.
And I'm Dylan Kuzma.
With the year we have had, I think one thing we found is that leadership is important.
And the pandemic and other events have highlighted many of the gaps we still have in equality in the U.S.
One of those gaps, historically, is the lack of women in leadership roles. Naisha and Alejandra caught up with just a few of our strong female leaders.
Let's take a look.
We got the chance to talk to 3 female leaders at AVHS and their take on leadership and what it is to be a leader.
Leadership is making other leaders. That's what leadership is. Nobody knows who you are, but everybody knows that there's something about that person I need to go to and get help. I need to go get that guidance from that person. So leadership is not glamorous. It's not people knowing about you.
I think it's important for leaders sometimes to step aside. So if you're planning something or if you're doing something, a good leader sometimes notices that this might help another person gain their own leadership or gain their own learning and skills. So a good leader kind of says, you can do this. I will watch or I'll help, doing it with someone rather than like for them.
Really, I think we're much stronger together. So leaning in and recognizing you're safe your safe people to build capacity with is really strong.
Leadership is making sure that the world is a better place because of those that you were able to help.
And really just recognizing that whatever is inside here is the right thing. I think it's also about trusting that intuition and that instinct.
Right, so I think my message to young women about being a leader would be to know your skills, to know what you're good at, and don't let anybody else tell you what you can and can't do. Like once you know who you are and know what you can do, it's easier to advocate for yourself, and it's easier to walk into situations and with colleagues and with other people and have that confidence.
Reporting for EaglEye, this is Alejandra Nieto.
Another fairly new activity here is our drone team, just a couple years old.
And they've had some great success in the short time they've been active.
Recently, the AVHS drone team competed in the YSDC Youth Drone Racing Championship.
And they rocked it, sweeping all major categories.
Cody Anderson won the individual championship.
Brock Martin and Cody Anderson won the two-person championship.
And Brock Martin, Cody Anderson, Seth Johnson, and Sean Haley won the four-person championship.
Amazing. Let's take a look inside the AVHS drone team.
Hear that? That's the sound of the drone team.
Basically, the drone club is you can start by buying your own gear or just talking to Mr. Lee in the Fab Lab, and then from there you can get your drone, you can get some goggles, you can get a controller, and from there you can start flying. Or either that or you can start flying in the simulator.
What I was doing is I was looking at building a new class, a drone class, so I was doing all kinds of research, and I ran into Marty Weatherall, who started a company called Hydra FPV, and they were one of the first companies that puts on drone races across the country.
But what is it like when you put on the goggles and fly?
Pilot name, mine is Viper. Other people have picked like Captain Cookie, and there's Ghost and E. So, and then what it is like to fly a drone, it is like grabbing a Lego spaceship when you were a kid and then flying around the room, but imagine you were sitting inside of it. Then you can go in anywhere you want.
Reporting for EaglEye, this is Carter Ehlers.
District 196 has many great opportunities for students to try new things.
One thing I learned at AHS this year is a CNN course through the 196 Development Program.
Wait, weren't you in that class?
I was in it and it was an awesome experience.
Well, let's watch the story.
I'm Gabby Brown, a senior here at Apple Valley High School, and I'm a part of the new CNA program. I would say this class is a great opportunity to get hands-on experience with nursing and the medical field, and also knowing how to help people that are older and aren't able to take care of themselves.
Now introducing the new CNA program here at Apple Valley, here's the teacher, Mrs. Marks.
So my name is Karen Marks, Mrs. Marks, Nurse Karen. I am a registered nurse. I have my Bachelor of Science nursing degree. Nursing encompasses much more than just being a nursing assistant. It encompasses, if you wanted to go to school for pharmacy, to be a pharmacist, to go to school to become an MD, a doctor. Learning to be a nursing assistant, we do both book work and the skill work. If it was a non-COVID year, we would get to actually go to clinicals and work with residents and do all their cares for them. We would spend some hours doing that. But since we don't get to do that this year, we're doing it all in the classroom. And then the students will be taking the Certified Nursing Assistant exam to be Certified Nursing Assistants, and their names will be on the Minnesota State Registry.
We interviewed a couple of students to see whether or not they see themselves going further with this career in the future.
I do see myself going further. I want to work in the hospital in the labor and delivery unit someday. I see myself going further with this career. I want to work in a hospital, and I really want to just, I'll be a nurse and maybe one day be a doctor.
For more information on how to join this class, you can either contact your counselor or go to district196.org.
Reporting for EaglEye, I'm Gabby Brown.
There are opportunities at AVHS that some people don't even know exist.
Yeah, like the trap, shooting team, and esports.
And the bowling team. The team has been around for a long time, but not many people know about it.
Yeah, I guess I didn't even know we had a bowling team until you started doing the story on it.
Let's let the rest of the AVHS know about this awesome program.
Well, I've been a part of Apple Valley Bowling for 16 years, and
It has been exciting, phenomenal. One of the things that I actually enjoy is watching the kids learn, mature, and develop over the years.
I decided to join the high school bowling team. I've been bowling since 4th grade, really liked it, and when I was told about the high school team, just seemed like a perfect fit. We all coach each other, even if the coaches aren't around. It's like a little small family.
It's a great time. Obviously, bowling isn't super demanding, so you can join if you're not super athletic, or even if you're athletic, you can join. It's pretty competitive, but it also has a fun atmosphere to it. Obviously, we're out for the win. We're a high school team.
We at least have, a few all-conference players every year. We've had a lot of success going to state every year. A lot of our players earn scholarship at other events as well. We keep track of their stats and we just can see it, every day in practice.
We get a lot of new people. There's no tryouts. You just get to join. Some of these people have rarely even touched a bowling ball maybe once a year, and they're already averaging over 100. Even if you're not a bowler right now, give it a shot. Could find your new favorite sport.
For those who are watching this, it can be fun. Reach out to us. Let us know that you're interested and be a part of Apple Valley High School bowling.
This year is coming to an end, but we are also looking to some new things for next year as well.
AVHS recently hired a new athletic director after Mr. Jones moved to the District Equity Department. We'll miss you, Mr. Jones, but we wish you luck and hope to see you around.
Evan and I caught up with the incoming athletic director. He seems like a great guy, and we're excited to give you a little introduction.
Let's meet Mr. Corey Hansen.
It's been a unique and challenging year for Apple Valley High School athletics, and part of that change is our new athletic director, Mr. Corey Hansen. Let's get to know him.
Love football. Was fortunate enough to have some success at De La Salle. Ended up earning a scholarship from De La Salle to play football at Northern Illinois. So I played all sports though, but football just seemed to be the one I ended up having the most success at. I think naturally being an athletic director and be able to work with coaches and be able to interact with student athletes in that athletic environment and be able to use sport to impact their lives is what I'm passionate about.
How did you kind of come across that and choose Apple Valley High School?
Well, growing up in Minneapolis, I'm well aware of Apple Valley's long tradition of being a great school at athletics and educationally. So when I seen this opportunity to be part of Apple Valley, it immediately piqued my interest. Very thankful to join the team at Apple Valley. I look forward to being part of the community and begin my career as an athletic director at Apple Valley there.
We are very excited to have Mr. Hansen join the AVHS team next year. Reporting for EaglEye, I'm Noah Archambault.
Our next story is an inspiring one.
And inspiring not just to seniors who will be off on new adventures, but also to students in our community.
This story is close to my heart. It's about my stepdad, and it's a story about what it takes to go from nearly nothing to something amazing.
Hi, my name is Jorge Castro. I grew up in a very small town in Aguascalientes, Mexico. I came from a very, very poor family. We struggle a lot for get food and the stuff you need like every day. I started working like a very young age and going to school until I was like 14, 15 years old. I had to leave my family. That's when I moved here to the US. Some of the difficulties was I had to learn new language. If I have to live here, work here, I have to learn English. It's been hard. What I did to be where I am now, I have to work like really hard. I've been working for so many years. I'm gonna say like 20 years, 2 jobs, sometimes 3 jobs, and I have to sacrifice a lot of things like going with my friends, go out with family. It is hard. It is hard to get where you want to be. If you just have a dream and have a plan, stick to the plan. I had to save money for a lot of years and start my first business. And after I opened my first business, I kept working hard and saving money to open my second location. And now I own 3 businesses. It wasn't easy, but I'm proud of the things I've accomplished. What motivated me to get where I am now was the lifestyle I had where I came from. I wanted to help my parents. They also were like very poor, and today they live different because I've been helping them. Some advice I could give to teens: there is no secret. You have to work hard to get what you want. I hope I can inspire someone to go after their dreams.
Well, that's our show.
Our last show of the year.
It's been fun, Eagles, and we wish everyone the best going forward.
And we wish the seniors luck in all they do.
Thank you for spending the time with us this year and next year, and New Crew will continue to bring you the stories that matter.
Goodbye, and thanks for watching.